So I'm Michael Rogan, the founder of Rogan and Associates Financial Planners. Today we're going to talk about step 2 in our process, the second meeting that we have when you've come back with the homework packet we gave you that we talked about at the end of the first video. In this homework packet that we give you to take home, we talk about why financial planning is important. We give you a list of the last 6 planning questions we asked you as we were discovering things about you in the first initial interview meeting, so you could be reminded at home what we talked about. We give you in there also part of our philosophy of how we invest your money. It's not rocket science per se. We invest your money for when you need it, meaning, yes, you're going to want to have an emergency fund. You're going to want to have some intermediate liquid money that you can put your hands on if you need to. And then we invest your long-term money to meet your needs. For most people, that means to try to grow that long-term money, so at some point, you don't keep working, you get to retire. Possibly the most important thing that we give you is the cash flow worksheet. In there, we've asked you to go home and take a look at your checkbook, take a look at how you've been spending money over the last several months. Give us an idea of what your income sources are today, what your fixed expenses are today, if you're putting money into savings, if you're putting money into retirement accounts, and then your variable expenses. And what we're trying to come up with is, how are you living your life? Do you have positive cash flow? Do you have negative cash flow? What is your cash flow today? And what do you think it will be in the future? And we can make some guesstimations on that when you're reaching your target, whether your target is retirement or when the kids are out of the house or something like that. Long-term planning requires some knowledge of your cash flow needs. The old adage, as we said before, anybody can retire tomorrow, just depends on the lifestyle you want to have. If you want to have a lifestyle that maintains where you are today, we have to build up enough wealth to replace the income you're earning today when you retire. It's not complicated, but it needs to be worked through. So the second meeting, we ask you to bring back all of the details that we just glossed over in the first meeting as we were getting to know you. We want to know the details of, if you have a life insurance policy, we've talked about it briefly. Do you need to have life insurance? Do you need to have more life insurance? Do you have the appropriate type of life insurance? Are you covered if you became disabled? We talked about that. If you have plans or you want to have plans for your children's education or your grandchildren's education, you have some of that now, we talk about the details of it. We talk about your retirement goals, your retirement plans. We've asked you to bring back with you details of, if you have a company retirement plan, how you're invested, maybe what the investment options are, so we can help you with that allocation. And we talk about when you want to retire. If you're going to take Social Security, do you take it early? All of that is discussed as the details of the details meeting, our second meeting we have with you. And then we've talked about also, if you have current estate documents, we ask you to bring them in. We give you an idea if you have what you need to have at a bare minimum, and we make suggestions if there's ways that you can improve your estate documents. In the second meeting, we even talk about, if you have a need for creditor protection, do you have creditor protection? Do you have tax-efficient investments? We cover a lot of ground in the second meeting, but it's our details discussion, as we call it. From that point, we've gathered a lot of information. We go back after that meeting, and we start to do the planning process. The third meeting, as we come back to it, is when we actually create the plan. So, and we've done our homework after you bring in your homework. And in our third meeting, you come back and we talk about how to implement the plan that we've agreed to. It's, as I said in the beginning of this series of videos, this isn't a complicated process. It is a very detailed process. But as we walk our prospective clients down this path, they start to get more confidence. They start to be able to eliminate what we've called the nagging dread that people have. I know I'm supposed to cover that, but I've never gotten around to it. Creating a financial plan, in effort, it's front-loaded. There's a lot of stuff to do in the beginning, but once it's done, we suggest it's a lot like autopilot. We just create the plan, implement the plan, and then the final step is we review the plan. We ask people to come in and talk to us once a year. You can come in more often if you like. But once a year, we address those same 6 questions, the same 6 areas. Has anything changed in your need to protect people in case you weren't around tomorrow, in case you were disabled tomorrow? Are the kids getting educated? Is that process working correctly? Are you on path right now for retirement? A lot of these meetings come back, people have switched employers, they need to do something with another retirement plan, or their retirement plan at their office or their company has switched something on them. We help them work with that. The long-term care issue we talked about, not necessarily just applying to you. A lot of people we meet, maybe they're in their 40s and 50s, and the long-term care issue is about their own parents. And there are some solutions we help people with that. And again, if anything's changed in your life, do we need to do an update of your estate documents? A lot of times, the annual review is sort of a checklist. Nope, nothing's changed, nothing's changed, nothing's changed. Okay, we're on the right path. Here's where we are today. And people leave, again, with more confidence. That's our goal with all of these meetings. So the process, 5 steps, the initial interview, you come back with your homework, we get into the details. You come back a third time, we create a plan that you agree to. This is what the plan is that you want to meet your goals. And then the final step is we review the plan once a year. So hopefully you've seen now some of the differences to what you're used to seeing when you go seek financial advice. Our decades of experience has taught us that this process works. If that's not what you're seeing with your financial advisor, maybe it's time to contact us. Again, I'm Michael Rogan. I'm the founder of Rogan and Associates Financial Planners.